Judging by what you see outside here in Missouri, you'll never be able to tell that it's the middle of March. But it's beautiful to look at, and it actually all melted very quickly. But the day turned sour once my piebald decided my finger was food. You're watching Daylitor Knight X. X is for exotics, and this is Lucy, my bearded dragon, who is still waking up from her wintertime slumber, even though it's the middle of March. As we saw before, when it's snowing like that, it is absolutely beautiful. Doesn't stay around that long, so it's actually great to go outside and film. Really wasn't even that cold outside. But obviously the highlight of this video is my interaction with my beautiful favorite BP in my collection, Leia. Piebald, a high white piebald, tagged me. This is the first time she's tagged me. Now, normally the one that always seems to get me is my pastel female Padme. She's tagged me at least 3 times in her life, and I've had her for gone on over 4 years now. So this was the first time this girl has tagged me. She is not vicious in any way. It was completely my fault. I opened up her tub and my hand was present and she got me. Right after I got tagged, I shared it on Instagram first, and some people who are beginners asked me, did it hurt? What does it feel like? Does it happen all the time? This is why I get scared to want to own a snake, that sort of thing. So I wanted to make sure I added in this video that, yeah, even though I got tagged, it was my fault. As you can see here, this is about a day later, and I picked her up, no problem. She's not vicious. So if you're a beginner, if you get tagged, most of the time, I would say 99% of the time, it will be your fault. And most of the time, this girl doesn't have a vicious bone in her body. She's just very greedy. And I have to be very careful how I pick up all my BPs. It does not happen all the time. I've only been tagged 4 times with all my BPs in my collection. And it doesn't hurt. Most of the time, it's quick. Just like you're going to the doctor and you get a needle shot. It doesn't hurt at all. Bleeds for a moment and instantly goes away. Another question I get a lot is, what is in that rack that is upstairs that I keep, that I featured in my last video, and I said I would let you guys take a look at it. I keep 6 ball pythons in there, 6 of some of my favorites, and we'll start at the top and work our way down. This is Belle. She's an albino female, just shut out, looking very good. She has a very good eating response. It's another thing that I love about her, and she's just a very curious snake. She's always wanting to look around and see what's going on. And she's one of the BPs I get out a lot and let roam around a little bit and explore. Even with me holding her, she just kind of likes to look around and just take everything in. This is Rose. She's a banana spider. She's in second one down in this tub. And this is another girl who is extremely curious. I would say her and my piebald and my albino are 3 of the most curious snakes I have in my collection, period. They are just always wanting to get out and just look around, and they are perfectly content with me just holding them and them just looking around. I do that a lot. I'll get them out and I'll just let them look. There's a giant mirror right next to this rack, and they just love just staring at whatever it is. I don't know if they think that that's another snake or whatever, but I just let them look in the mirror and they love it. I say they love it. Who knows if they love it or not? Whatever it is, they're very curious about what's going on in that mirror one way or the other, which is cool though, because their personalities is what we love in snakes. We love to look at all these different personalities, and I love just seeing what they see, what they interact with, and what they respond to. This is a pastave female. Her name is Phasma. Unfortunately, her brother Kylo passed away. I was really looking forward to breeding these two together. and he just unexpectedly passed away a few months ago, which was a shame. I actually preferred the way he looked better than her, even though when I first got these two, everybody thought that the male Kylo looked so much better than her, and I wasn't on board with that. I thought she looked better, but looking at her now, even though she's actually in shed in this shot, the Kylo did look better than her, and it's a shame. He just had a little bit more color and a little bit more going on. He was a little more busy with the palette, and it was beautiful, and I love that about him. I really miss that male a lot. He's irreplaceable. And then we move down to Kane. He's a blue-eyed leucistic male, and this guy, even though he pounds food, he has really gotten slender. Even though he eats a ton, he has really slendered out. He used to be very chunky, and he's just starting to get very long and slender. And even though he's pounding food, he just doesn't bulk up at all, which is quite different from this snake, which is Echo. He's my Blackfire Het Orange Ghost male. He bulks up very well and really fattens up, even though he hasn't eaten in about well over a couple of weeks. I would say almost a month now. He just kind of lost interest in eating. He just doesn't have an appetite at all. No worries though, I'm sure Mr. Echo will eat when he's ready. So that is the rack that I keep upstairs. I have about 3 of my favorite ball pythons that I keep up here. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.